Harvard researchers reveal penis size isn't 100% genetic, and how one discovery is helping men grow up to 2 inches more. I looked at this advertorial, and first thing I thought is, what's up with these guys' faces? Okay. That's pretty interesting. Like, obviously, this is used with AI. It kind of, like, throws me off, And obviously, this gets curiosity, attention, but it's a bit weird. Like, I don't know what kind of thing they're going for here. And that's just a main part of the advertorial. Like, you want to make sure that people aren't put off the instant they see your page. Otherwise, they're just going to dip, They're just going to close the page. Like, what even is that? And what they're doing good here is they're coming with a third party, Men's Health, right? Their product is Nivora, I believe. And they're coming with a third party that's really good for trust. It seems like it's coming from an actual media outlet, right? So that's what you want to do, especially coming with these kind of products, right? Reveal penis size, which is a very big claim, because obviously there are lots of men that are insecure. I would probably focus on that insecurity in the headline rather than just give, this like isn't 100% genetic. Obviously, the people reading this headline, the people reading this advertorial are probably, they really, really want to increase the size. I would probably switch up the headline and focus more on the shame or the embarrassment, the feeling. You could go with the story. Of course, they have the Harvard researchers, which is authority, and reveal is the curiosity. I would probably say, instead of saying isn't 100% genetic, I would reverse it and say penis size is, Harvard researchers reveal penis size is like 60% genetic. Where's that other 40% going? Right? And then that will get them to read the rest. It says, and how one discovery is helping men grow up to 2 inches more. I feel like this headline is not compelling enough. It has the kind of traits that you would want in a good headline, like researcher, specifics like 2 inches or 100%. They have their beliefs in there, which is genetic, discovery and reveal, which is like, this is the actual solution. But I feel like there's not enough emotion and there's not enough curiosity. And this is basically your whole advertorial, okay? Your first image, your little headline, your above the fold section, your first line. The myth 99% of men believe their whole life. I think it'd be better. It's not that bad, but it needs to be better. If you've ever wished you were bigger, chances are you're accepting something as an unchangeable truth. What I like to do when coming up with first lines right after the headline is something like mid-sentence. Like, I was 5 inches and was 7, like as a quote, and then they say, that's what one person said. Or I would definitely not just state facts, I would sell the emotion, okay? Just saying stuff is not enough, especially for these guys. They don't believe that many things here, because they sell lots of placebo in this space. They sell pills that will increase your size, magic pills or magic supplements, whatever. Let's see what they're saying. It's genetic. What actually determines your size is not genetic. Blood flow and tissue elasticity. The Harvard breakthrough. 200-year tradition. Haitian men apply a specific oil twice daily directly. Alright, so they got the stereotypical thing right here. This is already a believable fact that, or a believable thing that people have their pre-existing thoughts already. Yohimbe. So this is their kind of ingredient right here. Their kind of reason why this works better than anything else. So their grass cacao and their yohimbe, which is their ingredients, blood flow expansion. So they have a really good kind of reason why this works over other ingredients. This to me would be believable. I mean, I don't look at these kind of products, so I don't know how common or uncommon this kind of mechanism or like reason why their product works. So I'm not too sure, but in my opinion, it seems really good. I mean, they're going over the costs, surgery, devices that damage tissue. I'll be more specific. So group 1, group 2. Okay, I like this over the option 1, option 2. Typical. Okay, they have the week 2, week 4 to 6. So they're missing a lot of trust. Okay, they're missing a lot of people holding the product, which you could generate with AI nowadays. And what they're missing is a very, very weaker above the fold section in first part of the advertorial, which is extremely important to these guys. Extremely important. They can increase their profitability by a lot, assuming this advertorial is profitable, right? I checked their page. They're doing like 54k visits in the past 3 months, which is actually 18k visits, which is, if it's at 18k visits, this is Canadian dollars, let's say. I mean, this product page could definitely do a lot better. It's definitely some job shipper selling some product. They're selling $40. I have a feeling they're probably not really running AOV. I don't know how much they're charging for shipping. Let's say they're charging $50 USD. If it's $50 USD for 18k visits, say they're converting at 4%, right? So, okay, let's say 5%. 18,000. What is 5% of 18,000? 900 times 50. So let's say 50k a month, right? They're charging the discrete shipping right here, discrete packaging. Maybe they have a little upsell in the, post-purchase upsell. So let's say they're pulling in 50k a month on their page. So advertorial has a lot to improve. Okay. Like I said, the headline is weak. Now that I've read the page, I would focus on like something with the actual mechanism, right? I would say Haitian men do this, 2 times a day. That's why they're known as, and then you could say a phrase like, BB, whatever, you know what I mean. That would be a lot more interesting, a lot more like, I never heard of that before, because that's what you want your prospects, your customers to think when they land on your advertorial. They're missing a lot of trust, and also their page is just, it's very text heavy and kind of small. I'll make the words a bit easier to read, a bit bigger maybe. I don't know what they're running on mobile, what it looks like. Okay, 24, 16 is a bit small. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, they're missing a lot of trust. Their page is a mess. You need to have one kind of focus on the entire page. So they're Haitian men following these steps or using these ingredients, right? You could say ingredients found in Haitian men have been using for 1,000 years, right? Something like that. Some story that they can believe, that they're like, oh, I'm gonna try this. and give this a shot, because this is different, right? You got to think about who are your competitors and what kind of existing solutions have they done before. I'm sure people have came up with serums that they just apply and just put on it. So you got to think, put yourself in your customer's shoes. These guys, they have a really, really good reason why they work, but they don't get them in the headline, and you just got to craft your headline based off your page, because people are going to read it, okay? They're not just random people on the internet just gonna buy. They're not just a statistic. They're real people that are just gonna read your page. So you gotta think, the psychology behind it. If the headline doesn't really match what you're saying, it won't really make sense to them, right? Obviously, they tried to use this headline to grab attention, but like better attention would be using this little Haitian method, right? That they're using, or these ingredients. Haitian men have been using this ingredient like Y, that starts with a Y, for 100 years, allowing them to gain their reputation, as being bigger or whatever. So that's what you got to think about when making your advertorial. And if you need an advertorial, feel free to message me on X or Instagram. They're in the description. And I make advertorials for ecom brands, so I can help with that.